Sexual harassment in Nigeria tertiary institutions have become worrisome, hence the push for the president of the country to sign the Anti-Sexual Harassment Bill into law. Executive Director, Center for Awareness, Justice and Accountability, CAJA, Kabiru Dakata, wants students to speak up and provide the necessary evidence when they are being harassed sexually.
We encourage them to document evidence. That can be proven beyond reasonable doubt. And remember, I keep emphasizing, we don't even want it to go to that extent, going to the room between the perpetrator and the victim. No. We are even more interested in cases of students who are not interested, but maybe when the lecturer is forcing them, then when they provide the evidence, then it can be taken to the committee. That's when the bill is assented to, it becomes a law, as Barrister said. The committee will investigate. Then the evidence will be provided.
Dakata said the launch of the hashtag End Sexual Harassment on campus is aimed at pushing for the bill to be assented to. He encouraged students to make use of the hashtag to report cases of sexual harassment.
We launched our hashtags that can be used to continue campaigning for the presidential assent of the Anti-Sexual Harassment Bill. You know, the bill has been passed by the two chambers of the National Assembly. It's now waiting for the presidential assent. So we gathered here with some social media influencers to bless the movement, to know the hashtags.
The push became necessary because basically in Nigeria there is no law uniformly that addresses the issue of sexual harassment in tertiary institution. Basically you have to go borrow from this, borrow from that, but there is no specific law that is more detailed rather than the bill presently before Mr. President awaiting his assent. And once this bill is assented and passed into law, I believe it will go a long way to address the issues of sexual harassment in tertiary institution. The tertiary institution, like every other institution of learning, it's kind of like the bedrock of every society and the bedrock of Nigeria. If you're bringing out students who are basically being harassed by people who are supposed to mentor them, who are supposed to ensure that they become the best version of themselves, then what do you expect the product to become? And that is why the bill, when passed into law, is actually extremely necessary to address issues of this particular nature.
Some of the participants, mainly students, expressed readiness to speak out against sexual harassment and also use the hashtag judiciously.
Once you are victimized in one way or the other in your tertiary institution, you learn to speak up. By speaking up, you help yourself get justice and also prevent future occurrence. We are going to use the hashtag by relating stories and use the hashtag under, and people will get to learn what sexual harassment is exactly.
The moment that Mr. President signed it into law, it becomes the bill. It's no longer a bill; it becomes law, and it will help us to fight this sexual harassment, to help students to speak out.
The group is optimistic that the launch of the hashtag will further create more awareness on the Anti-Sexual Harassment Bill. Ayo Adenaye, AIT News Kano.